Welcome back, fellow developers. Today, we're diving into the world of Lombok and exploring how it simplifies Java development with real-world examples and best practices. We will be using Spring Tool Suite as our IDE to showcase our example. Let's start with a common scenario in web development, managing user data. In our Spring Boot project, we have a user entity class representing user information. As you can see, we've used the traditional method of writing getters, setters, and constructor methods for fields in our user class. Now, we will make use of Lombok's @data, @allargs constructor, and @noargs constructor annotations to do the job and get rid of the boilerplate code. Taking a closer look to the right outline panel, we see the required methods, though not present in the code at the center, have been created. Now let's build a simple user controller. For simplicity reasons, we will not go through the service class implementation. As we can see, the user service class has been injected to the user controller the traditional way via a constructor. Now we could do it differently by using another Lombok annotation. Let's run our application. Great! As you can see, our application starts up without any errors, and we can now access our user data seamlessly. With just a few annotations, we've eliminated the need to manually create constructors, handle dependency injection, write getters and setters, making our codebase cleaner and more maintainable. Now, let's go through this annotations. @data automatically generates boilerplate code for getter and setter methods, to string, equals, and hash code methods without writing explicit code. It englobes the @toString, @equals and hash code, @getter, and @setter annotations of Lombok. @allargs constructor generates a constructor with parameters for all fields in a class. It eliminates the need for developers to manually write constructors with numerous parameters, reducing boilerplate code and improving code maintainability. This annotation is particularly useful for classes where all fields need to be initialized during object creation, such as in dependency injection scenarios. @noargs constructor generates a no-argument constructor for a class. It allows developers to create instances of the class without providing any constructor arguments. This annotation is helpful when working with frameworks like Spring, which require default constructors for bean instantiation. @requiredArgs constructor generates a constructor for all non-null fields in a class. It automatically creates a constructor that accepts parameters for each field marked with @non-null, ensuring that these fields are initialized during object creation. This annotation helps enforce the requirement of certain fields being non-null, improving code robustness and reducing the likelihood of null pointer exceptions. It's particularly useful for classes where certain fields are mandatory and must be provided during object instantiation. And that's the power of Lombok. By combining multiple annotations like @allargs constructor, @noargs constructor, @requiredArgs constructor, and @data, we can significantly reduce the amount of code we need to write, allowing us to focus on building great software. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into Lombok annotations and their real-world applications. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on Java development and productivity tips.